Saving you time, saving you money, helping you score great deals, and steer clear of ripoffs and scams. That's what we're all about here at the Consumerpedia podcast. Information is power. It makes you a smarter shopper. And this episode is packed with tips, tricks, and insider advice to help you shop smarter, spend wiser, and stay one step ahead. Me? I'm Herb Weisbaum, the Consumer Man, a contributing editor at Checkbook.org.
Welcome to Consumerpedia at Checkbook.org. We're the nonprofit that helps consumers select services, avoid trouble, and save money. Because we don't accept any advertising or take money from any business we recommend, you can rely on Checkbook.org to be completely independent and objective. Now, here's the host of Consumerpedia, America's consumer expert, the Consumer Man, Herb Weisbaum.
We're doing something a little different this time. I rounded up some of the editors and staff here at Checkbook.org and asked them to share a few of their favorite life hacks, simple tricks and workarounds they've used and swear by. And stick around because at the end, I'll share a few of my own. We start with Checkbook Associate Editor and Super Shopper, Jamie Lettuce.
Hey there, Herb.
I know you are a big fan of price adjustments. Tell us about that.
I love shopping, and what I love even more is saving money. And one of my favorite ways to do it is by getting price adjustments. So you might think this sounds crazy, but you know me, so you're probably not surprised. But a lot of times when I buy something, especially something kind of pricey, I go back and I check the prices again every couple days, like for a few weeks, and I look to see if there has been a drop. And many retailers, and I've done this on everything from jeans to hotel rooms, will adjust the prices. So you can only do the hotels if you haven't stayed there yet, but they usually will match the rate that's currently available. And all you do is go in. If you see a price difference, contact the retailer. A few weeks ago, I replaced my bathroom vanity at Lowe's, and it was pretty pricey for what it was. And I went on and I saw it was on sale for $75 less. And I did a quick online chat with one of their customer service people, and they were able to confirm that the price was different, and they went ahead and refunded the money to my credit card.
Excellent. Do you get pushback or is it easy?
It depends on the retailer. We've done a lot of research at Checkbook into these things, and we find sometimes it takes a little legwork on your part. For example, like the Lowe's thing, the first person I talked to said they were going to do it, but I never saw the money come back onto my card, so I had to call again, and then that person pushed it through. So sometimes it can take a little bit of extra work on your part, but it's usually worth it.
I know another one of the hacks you have is getting gift cards over the holidays.
Yeah, so if you go out to restaurants or you shop at Costco, you know that a lot of times you can get gift cards at a discounted rate, right? So,
yes.
A favorite restaurant chain of mine offers a Black Friday deal where all the gift cards are 50% off only on Black Friday, right? So usually what I do is I save up a bunch of money because I know it's coming, and I'll buy like $1,000 and I only pay $500, and I know that I can go out to dinner a bunch of times throughout the year, and it feels like I'm going out for free. But it's very hard to get big discounts on restaurant meals, and as everybody knows, those things have gotten really expensive. So it's nice to kind of have that money. You know, you've gotten a great deal, and then it's also like going out, treating yourself, and you feel like you've already paid for it, so it's kind of free. I stock up on those, and then also Costco sells a lot of gift cards, especially during the holidays, and you can get, like, I have a favorite Peruvian chicken local chain that I go to, and they'll have, like, if you buy $80 worth of gift cards, they give you a bonus $25 card. And so that's just a little way that you can stretch your dollars, and then you got, like I said, you've got those in your wallet, and you can have kind of a free meal, it feels like, later on.
A lot of the restaurants where I live in Seattle around the holidays, they do like get a $100 gift certificate and we'll give you a $20 extra gift certificate or a $10 extra gift certificate, which you have to use by like March, which is a great way of making money on the deal, but you have to make sure you put a note in your calendar to use it by that. But that's another way, sort of what you're talking about, to stretch your gift cards.
Yes, exactly.
And your final hack is shopping around when you're negotiating for some kind of service or subscription or whatever. Don't just take the price they give you.
If you don't shop around for insurance or cable or other services, you are leaving money on the table. And it took a long time of me working here at Checkbook to realize that I needed to shop my auto insurance. And when I did, I saved $1,000 a year by switching services. And since then, I've done it twice more. And so this is something that everybody should be doing, especially with auto insurance. It does not take a lot of effort to shop around, especially if you get a rate hike. That's usually when I do it. I'm like, oh, okay, like these people are playing with me now. Let me see what else I can get. And every time I've done it, I've saved significant money. So it's definitely worth doing. You can do it all online, and it's an easy way to save. And especially like my husband and I love Sirius XM radio. We listen to it in the car. We stream it in the house. I stream it on my phone when I'm taking walks, and it could get very expensive, right? And every year they raise your rate. So, you get a renewal notice a month or two before, and usually it's, quite a bit more than what you were paying last year. And what I figured out early on is if I call and I tell them that I'm going to cancel because the price is too high, it doesn't take a lot of effort. Usually the person you're speaking with immediately will be like, wait a minute, don't go. How about instead of $300 for the year, we give it to you for $150? And this happens. I've been doing it for like 10 years, and you save that money. It's a very quick phone call, or I do the online customer service chat. Sometimes you don't even need to talk to a person. As soon as you say, like, I want to end my service, they'll ask you why. And if you say too expensive, like an automatic thing will pop up and say, like, renew for this price. And it's usually like half the price of what they've offered you initially. So it's a great way to keep services that you love that might be getting expensive, and you can pay less for them.
Sirius came with my car when I bought my new car, and I didn't really want it or need it afterwards. And I kept getting letters and emails every couple of weeks, and the price just kept getting lower. 5% off, 10% off, 20%. I figured if I waited long enough, they'd pay me to take the service. But indeed, if you cancel, some of these services will offer you great deals to come back.
They will offer you great deals to come back. I know, like, here in the Washington area, it's like the Comcast and Verizon. Fios are like the two big kind of old school cable companies. And like, you can definitely play them off one another, being like, hey, I got this postcard in the mail from Verizon and they're offering me X price. Like, can you match it to keep me as a customer? Sometimes, like, one little tip I have is it helps if you go to the retention people, because they know you're serious. If you're just like, nope, I'm pressing 5, I want to cancel. A lot of these companies have retention specialists who are like able to do more for you than just a regular customer service representative. And by talking to those people, they're more willing and able to give you a better deal. They're kind of like a supervisor. So if you always can go to the retention department or say you're going to end your service, you have better luck of getting something good.
Excellent tips. Jamie, thanks so much.
All right. Thanks. It was my pleasure.
Up next, Danny Dredger. She's a senior manager at Checkbook. Hello there, Danny.
Hey, Herb, how's it going?
I love your first tip about library rentals. Tell us about that.
Yes, so I'm an avid reader, and I probably read anywhere from 50 to 60 books a year, which can get very expensive. So tip number 1, get a library card. Tip number 2, if you have an e-reader and you like to download books from your local library, but let's say you have a hard time finishing them before it's time to send them back, what I like to do is I'll download the book and then I'll throw my e-reader on airplane mode, and that way I'm good to go. The next time I connect to Wi-Fi, they can have their book back, but when I'm not done yet, I'll just keep it on airplane mode.
And you had one that I thought was interesting about getting these small value Visa and MasterCard gift cards that we sometimes get from companies or class action lawsuit settlements or that kind of thing.
Right. I don't know about you, but every time I have a class action settlement, lately they've been sending me a Visa or a MasterCard. The last one I got was for $7.44. What am I going to buy with that?
Yeah.
So rather than let my money go to waste, what I have started doing is I will use that money to buy a gift card. It could be for Amazon. It could be for a clothing store, whatever it is. Usually the threshold is about $5, but then I will buy that gift card and I'll use it toward whatever I want to buy. And because it's a gift card to that store, it'll let me split the payment between the gift card and my credit card. Normally it wouldn't let me do that if it was the Visa gift card, but now I'm good to go and I can use up every last penny.
Oh, it's great. Excellent. Stepping up to the mic, Andy Duff. He is Director of IT Coordination at Checkbook.
Hey, Herb. How you doing?
So you have a tip about always shopping prices with a hotel when you go as opposed to using other kind of sites.
Yeah, generally booking hotels directly from the hotel website is going to give you the best rate available. It also is going to be the most flexible, and if there's a problem or you need to cancel or change your reservation, it's going to be much easier to do if you book direct through that hotel website. So as a starting point, if you want to compare an area, you might use something like Expedia or Priceline to see what hotels are nearby where I want to go, and then you can see, okay, this Hilton looks pretty nice, and then when you actually are getting ready to book, you should go to Hilton.com, find that same property, and book direct.
And when it comes to renting a car, you like Costco.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of the advice I give for hotels and flights is to book direct, but rental cars are an exception. More often than not, Costco Travel will have the lowest prices on rental cars, and it's often by quite a big amount. And so you can go to CostcoTravel.com and search for your rental car. You do not have to be a Costco member to search. You do have to be a Costco member to book. So you can determine whether that Costco fee is worth it, but even for one rental car reservation, it usually is. The other nice thing about Costco car rentals, they're almost always flexible, so you can book. Then you can check again a few weeks later. If the price has dropped, just book it again, cancel the first reservation, and just check, every few weeks, see if the price has gone down. And that's really the best way to get a good deal on a car rental.
And I use it, and the nice thing is you don't have to pay any money up front. It's just you make the reservation and you pay when you rent the vehicle.
Yeah, having that pay when you rent at the counter just adds even more flexibility to your rental.
You're a big points kind of guy. Boiling down all your knowledge of points, what do you want to share with folks?
There are some really nice travel credit cards available. They cost about $100 a year, but it's easy to make that $100 back by earning points and using it for travel. The best way to use credit card points on travel is you can actually transfer your credit card points to an airline or to a hotel currency, and you can often get really, really good deals booking travel that way. You can also use the credit card travel portal to redeem your points. That's a solid way to use your points, although really converting points to those mileage programs or hotel loyalty programs will give you the very best value.
Lately I've gotten into cash back. I sort of like money, and rather than being trapped with an airline that I may not fly again, I just get the points and I turn into money and I lower my next bill for that month. I think that's kind of a cool way to use it as well.
That's definitely a cool way to use it. I will say if you do any amount of travel throughout the year, you're probably going to get more bang for your buck by using those points for travel expenses. But, cash back that's a solid way to go as well.
And are you saying get the airline credit card, or are you saying get a credit card that lets you take the points and transfer them to any airline or hotel?
I always recommend people start out with the general travel credit card. So there's the Chase Sapphire Preferred, there's the Capital One Venture X, there's a few of those general ones. Those give you the flexibility to use them across any airline or hotel if you're booking through the portal, the credit card travel portal, or you can transfer to one of their airline partners for that really great value. The other credit cards you mentioned, the ones with an airline, those can be a good deal, but only if you use that airline frequently or if you stay at that hotel frequently, then those co-branded cards might be a good option.
Just keep in mind, if you're on a free ticket and something happens with the flight, you are below the lowest status they have. We were in Hawaii once, the plane was canceled. They had to put us on a new flight and there weren't enough seats. And it was like, anybody with a free ticket over here, because we'll deal with you after we've gotten everybody home sometime today. But you just have to keep that in mind.
Absolutely. Now, alternatively, with hotels, when you book rooms with hotels, you actually get to avoid those dreaded hotel resort fees that show up when you actually get to the counter. So flights, yeah, you're kind of the bottom of the barrel. Hotels, you get some extra perks from booking hotels with points.
Oh, that's great. Andy, great information. I have an IT problem. Can you help me with that before we go?
You got to go to tier 1 support first.
Okay. Thank you so much. Straight ahead, tips for anyone looking for deals for clothing at outlet malls or discount stores, and a simple way to get some money back when you shop. I'm Herb Weisbaum, the Consumer Man, and you're listening to Consumerpedia, powered by Checkbook.org.
At Checkbook.org, we have the answers to your consumer questions 24/7. That's Checkbook.org. We're a unique nonprofit that can help you with select local service providers, avoid trouble, and save money. Because we don't accept any advertising or take money from any business we recommend, you can rely on Checkbook to be completely independent and objective. Our advice is always free. Ratings of local services are available with a subscription. If you live in one of these 7 metro areas and haven't joined Checkbook yet, check us out. Boston, Chicago, Philadelphia, Seattle, San Francisco, Minneapolis-St. Paul, and Washington, D.C. Get your free 30-day subscription by going to checkbook.org/Consumerpedia.
Back with more life hacks from the experts at Checkbook.org. Jen Barger is our Director of Content, and she's another savvy shopper.
Hey, how are you today, Herb?
Good. I know you like to shop at discount stores and outlet stores, but you have a hack to be careful when you're doing that.
I definitely do, because I think that people are fooled by a lot of the merchandise at, your Nordstrom racks, or particularly at outlet malls, because there's a statistic that 85% of that is actually produced for the outlet malls or for places like Nordstrom Rack or Saks off Fifth. It's fine if you buy the things that are produced for those places, but you want to know what you're getting. So the trick that you need to know is you need to be a label reader. And by reading the labels, what you need to look for is if the label has the words either comparable value or MSRP. That's manufacturer's suggested retail price. And so that's just kind of this made up number that are like, well, some dresses sell for $60, so why not put that on the tag? And those items never sold for that amount. Those two things let you know that it's made for the outlet, basically. And that's fine. But if you're thinking that you're getting a Banana Republic sweater for 80% off, if it has those two phrases on it, then you're probably not. Now, what you do want to look for is, say you're at Nordstrom Rack, you're going through the shoe section, and you see a pair of Tory Burch sneakers, and it has a sticker that says Nordstrom, not Nordstrom Rack on it, and it's got a new price sticker over that. That suggests to you that that's something that either they didn't sell all of it at regular Nordstrom, or Tory Burch made too many shoes, or something like that. And then you know that you are getting something that initially cost perhaps a lot more. It's a tiny little hack, but it is like, once I figured that out, I was like, what? You also want to watch for brands that are only available at outlets, or that you only see at a place like Marshall's. I think one of the specific brands, Max Studio, is a brand for women that I only see at discount places. And again, it doesn't mean it's a bad brand, but it does mean it's made for these discounters. And they always post a price that will be like $60 for this dress, except we're giving it to you for $35. And it seems like deceptive marketing to me, and I think people need to watch out for it.
Because it never really did sell at that original price.
Yeah, most times. Most times it didn't really sell at that. If it has that suggested price, that's just kind of a made-up number.
So the major point you're making is, in the old days when these things first started, they really were outlet stores. They were a way that the store got rid of extra merchandise it couldn't sell. Now they've become a marketing machine where they actually make stuff just to be sold on the outlet store. Did I get that right?
Yeah, that's true. And so, things like Banana Republic Factory or J. Crew Factory, it's not that that stuff is terrible, but don't think that what you're getting is something that was on the floor at J. Crew or Banana Republic at your local mall. It is something made for that outlet, and it's therefore lower priced and maybe lower quality. It really depends. Why not just wait for a final sale at Banana Republic, or buy fewer of the expensive thing to begin with?
Jen, thank you for that great hack. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And stepping up to the microphone right now, Emily McKay. I have no idea what your title is, but you're the guru of everything social media. What is your official title?
I am the marketing coordinator for Checkbook.
Okay. And the guru of everything social media.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. She taught me all about Instagram Reels. So you have a tip about buying tickets, concert tickets.
I do. I'm such a huge concert girly. I love going. And my public enemy number one is Ticketmaster.
You and everybody else. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. Ticketmaster has this rule that they will not let you leave a seat by itself if you are buying tickets, because they want to sell out the venues and get as many groups together as possible. And so they do not let you buy tickets if you're going to leave one seat on its own, because it's less likely to sell. To get around this, I log into a different Ticketmaster account on another device, and I put that single seat in my shopping cart. And then it stays in your shopping cart for 7 to 10 minutes. And then you can go back to your original device and buy the seats that you want, no problem.
And it works?
And it works. I've literally used this tip last month.
What are the big concerts you've seen lately?
I went to Coachella.
Oh,
Yes, I did. I saw Lady Gaga. I also just bought tickets to see Leve, who is a Icelandic jazz singer.
I love Iceland. I never heard of this jazz singer, but that's really cool. Well, before we let you go, do you have any hacks for those of us who are getting into the making videos for Instagram Reels world?
I would say just try again. It really is a trial and error type of platform and type of software. It just keep messing around, see what you like, see what you don't like, and get familiar with everything that you can do because there's so much.
Emily, thank you. That was great.
Thank you.
Some more money-saving tips now from Checkbook's managing editor, Andrea Densmore.
Hello, Herb. How are you?
So you're going to help us make some money when we shop. Tell us about your life hack.
Well, I enjoy these cash back programs. So if you're not familiar with them, retailers pay commissions for these programs to refer customers to them. And then these cash back programs share the commission with consumers who are using them. So you can access these through Cashback Program's website, their app, or using a browser extension to do it. So you have to click on a special link to initiate this cashback. This is a good way to get maybe 1 to up to 30% back on your purchase. So it's not always a lot for each purchase, but over time it kind of adds up. And you can use these links for supermarkets, pharmacy, clothing, and one of my favorite things is using it to book travel, like hotels. Vrbo uses this, rental cars. So that can really add up if you're spending money planning a vacation.
So you're talking things like Retail Me Not and Rakuten and Ibotta, those sort of things.
Yeah, those are the big ones. And I'm the biggest fan of the Rakuten. That's the one I use. So another way that you can use it is that you can link a credit card or a debit card to it, and then you can select stores for in-store shopping. So you don't always have to use the link to get the referral bonus. You can select stores, and then once you use that credit card in the store, you can get cash back that way. And you can do that for dining and a lot of the same stores too, supermarkets, clothing stores, a whole array of stores that you might already be going into.
I think that's really important because a lot of people might know about these cashback portals, but they may only think it's if you shop online. If you download the app, you can do it when you're in the brick and mortar world.
Yeah, so one thing you have to remember is that if you use that store with your credit card and you get the cash back, that sometimes it unlinks it. So you have to kind of remember to continuously go back into the app and select that store again. But, it usually sends you an email like, hey, you just got cash back from purchasing from this store. So that's kind of a good way to set yourself up a reminder to remember to go and click the little link again. But I have it set up for dining too, which is really nice because once you select dining, you can now get cash back from just dining out. And I was on vacation a couple of months ago and went out to eat. And the next morning there was a congratulations, here's cash back from dining. So it's not even just for your area. You can dine out all over.
That's a great tip. The one thing, if you're shopping, you just got to be careful not to overdo it thinking that you're making money. You're still spending money.
Yeah, that's one thing to remember because some of these apps, you get a rebate or money cash back for buying specific items that you kind of link to your account. So you have to be careful that you're not just buying an item to get the $2 cash back from it. But, for supermarkets or pharmacies or, if you're buying birthday and Christmas presents, you can kind of mentally sit down and think, okay, I'm going to click this link and get 10% back off this purchase.
Great tip. Thank you for sharing.
Well, you're quite welcome.
Straight ahead, it's my turn. Oh boy, I better come up with something good. I think I can. I'm Herb Weisbaum, the Consumer Man, and this is Consumerpedia, powered by Checkbook.org.
Consumerpedia Fast Facts. Here's some fast facts about Checkbook.org. The Center for the Study of Services, Checkbook's parent organization, was started by Robert Krugoff in 1974. At the time, Krugoff, who worked for the federal government, was fed up with an auto repair shop that couldn't fix his car's engine problem. It was a 1968 Opel Kadett. Krugoff thought there had to be a better way for customers to find the best local services. So with a grant from the Consumers Union and a lot of enthusiasm for helping people save time, money, and avoid hassles, the nonprofit was created. Today, more than 50 years later, Consumers Checkbook continues to provide detailed quality and price ratings on local services and healthcare professionals to help you make more informed choices. And we remain independent of the businesses we report on.
And now it's my turn. When you rent a car, you'll get pitched to buy the car company's insurance. These policies are super expensive. Most are $30 a day or more just to cover the car. That's the equivalent of paying $11,000 per year. Want liability coverage too? Well, that's even more. And if you already have auto insurance, you're buying duplicate coverage. You may know that many credit cards provide rental car coverage, but here's the catch. It's almost always secondary insurance. That means if there is an accident, you'll need to file a claim with your insurance company first, and the credit card company will cover the remaining costs, such as the deductible. Now, I don't want to file a claim with my insurance company if something happens to the rental car. That would drive up my insurance premiums for years. So here's the tip. A few premium credit cards, including the Chase Sapphire Preferred and the Chase Sapphire Reserve, with an annual fee of $795, as well as the United Explorer cards, offer primary insurance for collision and theft. You're still responsible for damage or injuries to others. In that case, I would count on my insurance company to handle it. A long time ago, I discovered that many American Express cards offer primary insurance for a reasonable price, $19.95 or $24.95 per rental, not per day, per rental, depending on the amount of coverage. Once you sign up for premium car rental protection and use the enrolled American Express card for an eligible rental, you'll pay that flat fee for the entire rental period, up to 42 consecutive days in some cases. Does it work? Yes, a few years ago I was on vacation and discovered that someone had sideswiped the rental car. When I returned the car, I told the rental car company that American Express was my insurance company, and that was it. Amex took care of everything. Some of my friends have signed up for this premium car rental protection, and they've had the same positive experience. All right, one more. Check your bills and receipts. It's amazing how many times they're wrong. I've spotted a dinner check that charged me for more entrees than the number of people at the table. And I've gotten another table's tab more than once. I check receipts when I go to the supermarket and drugstore. I've been charged full price for buy one, get one free offers. And as I've reported on Checkbook, I've often been charged the full price when I've loaded a digital coupon onto my account. This is especially important for anyone who's set up autopay and doesn't check their statements. Yes, autopay is convenient, but if you don't see what you're paying for, you may miss erroneous or fraudulent charges that could be on that statement. And with that, we're out of time and out of tips. But before we go, some other money-saving episodes you might want to check out. Number 84, Free Perks You Didn't Know You Had. Number 49, Shop Like a Pro, Checkbook's top shopping tips. And number 26, Sale Prices Are Rarely Real Deals. Thank you for listening. We hope you'll rate this episode and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Remember, we release new episodes every other Thursday. Another way you can support this show is to follow us at Consumerpedia on Facebook and Instagram, at Consumerpedia.org on Blue Sky, and at MyConsumerpedia on X. You'll find me at consumerman.com. I'm Herb Weisbaum, the Consumer Man, always looking out for you. Until next time, be smart and shop wisely.
Consumerpedia is a public service of Checkbook.org. We're a unique nonprofit that helps you save money and make smarter choices. You can count on Checkbook to help you find the best services and avoid the worst, with local ratings that are accurate and unbiased. If you live in or around these 7 cities and haven't joined Checkbook yet, check us out. Boston, Chicago, Philadelphia, Minneapolis-St. Paul, Seattle, San Francisco, and Washington, D.C. To get your free 30-day subscription, go to checkbook.org/Consumerpedia. Consumerpedia, empowering consumers to save money and make smarter choices.